NCIS video promo to celebrate 1,000 episodes features Mark Harmon, Chris O'Donnell, and Scott Bakula. A special NCIS promo was released to celebrate the franchise reaching 1,000 episodes. As previously reported by Monsters and Critics, a full synopsis for episode 1000 was finally released. It's a big night for the NCIS universe, as reaching 1,000 episodes is a big deal. That count includes episodes from NCIS, New Orleans, NCIS, Los Angeles, NCIS, Hawaii, and NCIS, Cindy. The April 15th episode will also feature appearances from Daniela Rua and Vanessa Lachey. Daniela played Kenzie Bly on NCIS, Los Angeles, while Vanessa currently plays Jane Tennant on NCIS, Hawaii. Additional surprise appearances are in store for that upcoming episode, including the return of Tobias Fornell as Joe Spano plays the former FBI agent again. As a reminder, NCIS episode 1000 debuts on Monday, April 15th at 9/8 c. Exciting NCIS promo video released to celebrate 1,000 episodes. Below is the promo video that has been released. It serves to commemorate all of the NCIS shows and look forward to what the future holds. Key characters from the past are including Mark Harmon as Leroy Jethro Gibbs, Chris O'Donnell as G. Callan, and Scott Bakula as Dwayne Cassius, King, Pride. Fans will also spot many other characters who have been spotted on the shows, including Sam Hanna, LL Cool J, Jack Sloan, Maria Bello, Anthony DiNozzo, Michael Weatherly, Ziva David, Cote de Pablo, Abby Shuto, Polly Perrette, Eleanor Bishop, Emily Wickersham, and Dr. Ducky Mallard, David McCallum. The current casts of NCIS, Sydney, and NCIS, Hawaii's are also featured. Enjoy the NCIS celebration video below, including a few teaser images from the April 15th episode. See who else you can spot from the 1,000 episodes of the 5 NCIS programs. You don't make it to 1,000 episodes without an all-star team. Biceps meet back here Monday, April 15th for a very special #NCISverse milestone. Hands clapping #NCIS #NCIS Hawaii #NCIS Sydney #NCIS LA #NCIS NOLA, reads the full Instagram caption. More news from the NCIS universe. NCIS Sydney was recently renewed by CBS. The spin-off series in Australia will air on CBS again during the 2024-2025 television season. A new spin-off show featuring Tony and Ziva is also coming soon, but here's why the new NCIS show won't be on CBS. The upcoming NCIS schedule also includes a special presentation. CBS is giving the franchise an hour to celebrate the many successful years the franchise has had. Ratings: All-American returns low. American Idol ties for Monday demo win. In the latest TV ratings, CBS, NCIS was Monday's most watched show, while ABC's American Idol landed in a 4-way tie for the nightly demo win. CBS, The Neighborhood, with 4.4 million total viewers and a 0.4 demo rating, dipped in both measures week to week. Bobashola, 4.2 mil, 0.4, was steady. NCIS, 5.9 mil, 0.4, dropped some eyeballs, and NCIS Hawaii, 5 mil, 0.3, ticked up in audience. More from TV Line All-American Season 6 premiere recap. Just how long was that time jump? And will Spellivia survive it? American Idol introduces arena format for Hollywood Week. Who survived the biggest cuts ever? Ratings: 911 grows, again, with 3-parter conclusion, while March Madness dominates, heartbreak. The Live Plus same-day numbers reported in TV Line's daily-ish ratings column do not reflect a television program's overall performance, given the increased use of delayed playback via DVR and streaming platforms, plus out-of-home viewing. These numbers, Nielsen Fast Nationals, unless specifically denoted in bold as finals, instead aim to simply illustrate trends or superlatives. Steve Harvey is not a judge or lawyer and merely offers an alternative forum of dispute resolution. NCIS needs to stop resurrecting the dead with AI. NCIS may not get its scientific calculations 100% right, but most of the time, the general accuracy of its plotlines matches what you'd encounter in the real world. Unfortunately, the show's developed one gigantic blind spot over the past few seasons. Its use of modern technology, particularly AI, tends to put its detectives in the worst light possible, and it also shows off a lack of understanding of the subject in general, especially when resurrecting dead victims to speak about their lives as if they are actual, breathing people. Fudging one's science here and there is just fine, but when the show uses its creative license to show AI doing what it absolutely cannot do, audiences are liable to snicker and flip the channel. Worse, NCIS has failed to present a strong point of view that fans might latch onto, which makes its wishy-washy stance on AI as both the wave of the future and something horrifying less than impressive. The drama definitely and clearly doesn't intend to be harmful in the way it uses AI as a plot point. But NCIS desperately needs to ameliorate its discussion of the technology if it wants to restore anything resembling credibility when addressing it. Here's how the series ought to fix up the logic gaps if it wants to portray AI correctly. In Collective Memory, Episode 9 of Season 19, NCIS uses AI technology to generate a hologram that serves to resurrect Sandra Holderin, Stephanie Kramer. The episode's victim du jour, Nicholas Torres, Wilmer Valderrama, and Jessica Knight, Katrina Law, use the information given to them by the hologram to suss out the person responsible for killing the financial advisor. But that's not how AI technology, or even a hologram, works at all. To produce a hologram of Holderin, the person running whatever visual engine was used to make the imagery had to consult actual human sources to feed knowledge about her life into the program. In other words, there's no need to use a hologram to produce further information about Holderin if you already have the raw material that went into the tech at your disposal. You can directly interview the people who gave you the information instead of adding this extra work to the pile. It's also just plain uncomfortable and unnecessarily creepy to stuff words into the mouth of a dead woman. Even worse, the story brings out the very worst in Nick's technophobia. He's actively creeped out by the hologram and is crudely dismissive toward the tech types he has to probe for the case, making him come off as reactive and ultimately providing NCIS with its worst Season 19 storyline. Season 21's take on the subject isn't any better. AI once again surfaces as subject matter in Strange Invaders from Season 21. The episode sees the team investigate the strange death of Elliot Green, Iman Crossan, a Navy pilot whose body bears unusual wounds. The team is divided on what might have caused them and even considers the possibility that extraterrestrial life might be the culprit here, mostly because Green was not silent about his encounter with an aircraft of undeterminable origin. It turns out that Green had some negative connections to a congresswoman named Shirley Ives, Mandy Levin, who has a financial stake in a company that creates AI profiles of the dead, including dead children. Once again, AI does things that it cannot currently do in the real world, and we're subjected to the sight of a dead child brought back to life by computer programming. This adds another uncomfortable layer to the situation, though at least here it's better explained than it is in Season 19, with developing technology providing a perfect cover. NCIS should put more thought into its AI-related plots. While getting fanciful with technology sometimes happens, NCIS is a solid procedural. So unless it's something that has a real-world basis, the show shouldn't be striking out into speculative future technology, especially when said future technology involves mining the dead's existing personalities and physical appearances. At the bare minimum, unless the series wants to delve into James Bond-style inventions, it shouldn't go beyond what's already been established as feasible in reality. It's also just plain gross to have to think of the dead being approvingly resurrected through AI. Though this is happening in the real world, either through chat programs or via digitized footage of performers being projected onto a stage to give a virtual performance, the NCIS take on the material is both inaccurate to reality and formless of stance. With that in mind, since one of the top 3 things fans want to see happen in future NCIS installments includes healthier relationships between the characters present, perhaps it would be best to focus on those, and not on anything too tech-based.